Hello, my name is Kevin Day. This video presentation is on secure remote access, methodology, and applications. This video presentation was part of my Introduction to Information Assurance course at Metropolitan State University in St. Paul, Minnesota. This video content has been made available for informational and educational purposes only. With the proliferation of internet-connected devices, an organization's workforce is no longer sequestered to a specific location. Instead, an organization may have employees connected to their internal network and accessing sensitive data from locations across the globe. Pre-pandemic, only 6% of American workers were fully remote, with at least 75% of workers never worked remotely at all. Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, the number of people working from home, voluntarily or involuntarily, has increased dramatically. According to a recent remote workplace statistics from Zappa, as of 2021, 26.7% of U.S. employees work remotely, with 60% of U.S. companies were fully remote, with an expected increase to be 36.2 million Americans working remotely by 2025. Secure remote access is a combination of security processes and solutions that are designed to prevent unauthorized access to an organization's digital assets and prevent the loss of sensitive data, making it possible to create varying levels of authorization for different employees across the organization. One example would be an entry-level employee who might only have access to a portion of the company's data or network, while an executive-level employee will have much greater access when it comes to accessing secure data or different parts of the network. Secure remote access can encompass several methodologies such as virtual private networks, multi-factor authentication, and endpoint protection, amongst others. Although there has been an increasing number of remote workers before 2020, the COVID pandemic rapidly accelerated the need for users to access corporate networks from multiple locations. For many organizations, most inbound connections now originate at their employees' home networks. This greatly amplifies the risks on both the organization's and employees' network. As a result, older, legacy security measures do not meet the requirements of a remote, mobile user base. The new security baseline demands support for every user from every device they use from any network they connect from. Secure remote access protects companies' data from falling into the wrong hands while also making it easier for employees to obtain the information they need. By choosing solutions like privileged access management or VPNs, an organization can maintain an elevated level of security for employees who need remote access. Remote work is becoming more common in recent years and creating a greater need for security measures. Yet despite its convenience and cost-saving potential, remote access comes with various levels of risk, including, but not limited to, potential data loss or data leaks, weaker passwords, risks of phishing attacks and ransomware, weaker antivirus and security system protections, and a lack of computer inspections. Secure remote access is not a single technology, but a collection of technologies that together provide the security that an organization's need when users are working from home or other remote locations. A well-designed remote access tool can enable secure connections to target systems and prevent unauthorized access. The following steps define a general secure remote access process and are applicable for most organizations' remote access architectures. A remote access session starts with authenticating users or other identities, like systems or applications, through the organization's identity and authentication systems. Before authorizing remote sessions, it is mandatory to define who can access what system at what time slot from what device and what specific actions can be performed. Endpoint protection. An endpoint security system secures a company's vast devices on a network. This includes software such as antivirus for endpoint machines, as well as policies that define how remote devices are to be used in the organization's systems. This can include patch management and the prevention of downloading or caching business critical information to remote devices. Securing endpoints in a data center is simple compared to securing endpoints for remote users who often use multiple devices during the typical business day. Antivirus software should be installed on all endpoint devices regardless of platform, whether it be Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, or Android. Security policies should require all employees to maintain current protections if they are to access organization resources. If necessary, provide guidance and assistance for employees to assist them in establishing secure access to the organization. Multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication is a layered approach to securing data and applications where a system requires a user to present a combination of two or more credentials to verify a user's identity for a login. Multi-factor authentication is imperative to authenticate users for secure remote access. When it comes to securing sensitive information, this is a great alternative to a standard password. Two-factor authentication requires users to provide something they know and something they have. For example, a password and authentication token, which can be generated from a device or from a smartphone application. This can ensure only verified users were admitted to access a corporate resources or network. Virtual private networks. Many remote users will want to connect from insecure Wi Fi or other untrusted network connections. A VPN establishes a secure internet connection over an existing network through authentication and encryption methods. A user can access public Wi Fi networks while still maintaining privacy. This encryption connection helps establishes that sensitive data is safely transmitted. It prevents unauthorized parties from eavesdropping on the traffic and allows users to conduct work remotely. Eliminated risks, however, VPN endpoint software must also be kept up to date to avoid vulnerabilities that can occur from older versions of the software client. VPNs are extremely popular for a remote access since they allow remote users connected via insecure remote Wi Fi to connect to a private network through an encrypted tunnel. The following are types of VPNs: remote access and site to site. Implementing a secure remote access solution as part of a cybersecurity program helps an organization to mitigate cybersecurity risks, reduce operational complexity, and improve visibility into privileged access and adhere to compliance standards. There are several benefits to a secure remote access strategy. Among them are secure anywhere and from any device. Users can enjoy the same level of highly secure access they formerly enjoyed while in the workplace. Access control can provide access to specific applications and data for each user based on their role and responsibilities. Since many employees will be working from home even after the COVID crisis passes, this is the most critical benefit of a secure remote access strategy. Robust endpoint protection. One way to ensure an organization's devices are secure is adapting an endpoint protection solution, software or services that prevent malicious actors from exploiting endpoint devices such as desktop, laptop computers, IoT devices, and mobile devices. Secure remote access has no value if the endpoint are not likewise protected. One way to ensure protected devices is Essential. Additionally, employee-owned devices should be offered the same endpoint security capabilities as those protected by the organization. Safe and secure web access. For many companies, much of their employees' daily workflow is through the internet. Organizations rely on many web-based, internet-focused applications as part of their IT environment. As a result, users require protection whether they are connected to the internet, not just when they are connected to the organization's on-premise resources. Secure remote access includes keeping users safe from web-based malware threats such as ransomware and phishing attacks. These cybersecurity incidents can lead to unauthorized access and use of both the company's business data and employees' personal data. Adopting a secure remote access strategy. A robust, secure remote access solution provides centralized protection against access misuse. By fortifying privileged remote access with zero trust, least privilege based solution, organizations can make intelligent, automated decisions while granting privileged access. Outdated and traditional remote access security solutions must be replaced with those that meet the modern remote access requirements of launching secure remote access to any system, device, or applications from any location at any point in time. Secure remote access solutions help organizations provide users with granular access and gain visibility into what systems users are connected to, what actions they are performing during their entire remote session. Single sign-on technology is a user authentication process that grants the user access to multiple devices through a single set of credentials. Employees and third parties should use single sign-on to access, simplify, and centralize the authentication process. Enterprises also must consider a centralized credential vault that enables an IT department to store, manage, and track the usage of extremely sensitive privileged credentials and reset them after a single access instance. Mandate multi-factor authentication. Many regulations and compliance standards require multi-factor authentication for privileged remote access and require users to prevent two or more authentication factors at logon to verify their identity before they are granted access. Each additional authentication factor adds to the login process and increases security. Examples would be personal identification number or a PIN, hardware token, or a biometric factor such as a fingerprint or a retinal scanner. Implementing a zero trust security strategy. The Biden administration mandated those federal agencies to transit to a zero trust security architecture in May 2021 with the release of Executive Order 14028 on improving the nation's cybersecurity and develop a plan to implement zero trust architecture, which shall incorporate as appropriate the mitigation steps that the National Institute of Standards and Technology within the Department of Commerce. Enterprises must not automatically trust users or applications trying to access the internal network. It is crucial to know who or what is requesting access, why, and from where. Zero Trust serves as a security framework as a strategic approach that makes sure every user and device is granted access to a company's resource and who or what they claim to be. Zero Trust assumes that the conventional network edge does not exist. A zero trust network access is a type of system that allows secure remote access to applications and services based on a company's policies. This makes no assumption about the security of a connection and requires re-authentication before every transaction. This offers higher levels of security for the organization's data and applications. Organizations can implement their own policies based on the location of or type of device being accessed, allowing some organizations to limit access in unfamiliar networks. Creating employee cybersecurity training. This empowers employees to recognize common cybersecurity threats that can be beneficial to an organization's computer security policies and goals. Holding frequent trainings to educate employees on the best security practices, encouraging employees to lock their computers when not in use and to be aware of potential onlookers when working in public places such as coffee shops. Run phishing campaigns to train employees on social engineering attacks, teach them how to recognize and respond to these attacks to minimize risk. The more employees are prepared, the less risk an organization will face when allowing an employee to access secure information remotely. Employees are ultimately responsible for accepting current virus protection and any software on a company's PC or a workstation or mobile device when in service. And now I'm going to be reviewing a couple of remote access applications. The first being TeamViewer. As a leading technology company, TeamViewer offers a secure remote connection platform to access, control, manage, monitor, and supply any device across multiple platforms from any location. With more than 600,000 customers, about half the size of the population of Hawaii, TeamViewer is free for private, non-commercial use and has been installed in more than 2.5 billion devices. Installation is easy and can be started with little or no initial configuration. There are a few input items such as at the time of connection, and even if the other party's employee is not familiar with the PC, the remote connection can be made easily. Paid plans for businesses start at $418 per year, with a license that a single user can manage up to 200 computers. TeamViewer allows file transfer, has a chat function, and supports multiple displays, and will keep track of all the computers logged into if a user has an account. The target users would be software engineers, IT managers, or possibly executive. Industries would be informational technology and services, and computer software. The marketing segment is 42% of small businesses and 38% of mid-market organizations. The pricing structure starts at for basic remote access for $6.95, the business $34.90, premium $102.90, and the corporate for $209.90. AnyDesk is a trailblazing and innovative provider of remote desktop software and offers a fast, easy, and secure solution for remote support, remote access, and remote work. Key features of this platform include online collaboration, file sharing, remote access control, and personalized user interface. Designed for small to mid-sized businesses with built-in address book that keeps track of contacts, connections, that enables users to view online status for collaborators. One of the finest features is its ability to transfer files. All that must be done is a copy of the file to the clipboard and then paste it into the remote desktop. The application will throw it in a separate file manager apart from the remote access tool. Users would include software engineers and network engineers. Most platforms, including Linux, Mac, Windows, iOS, Android, Raspberry Pi, and FreeBSD. Target industries be information technology and services, computer software. The marketing segment is 43% for mid-size, and 42% for small business. And the entry-level price would be, for the essential level would be $9.90. Performance level would be $19.90, and the enterprise would be starting at around $29. Remote Desktop Manager centralizes all remote connections on a single platform that securely shares between users and across the entire team. With support for hundreds of integrated technologies, including multiple protocols and VPNs, along with built-in enterprise-grade password management tools, global and granular level access controls, and robust mobile apps to complement the desktop clients for a mobile device. This is thought of as a Swiss Army knife for remote access and a good option for businesses that prize network security. The role-based access controls are a major plus for a medium to large-sized business with multiple departments. Another advantage is the encrypted centralized vault that stores login credentials for different services that may be accessed across the network. The platforms would be Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android. Again, the target services would be IT, information technology and services, and computer software. The marketing segment is 43% for small business and 38% for mid-market. Entry-level price starts at $299. Enterprise, $9,999. And for Platinum, no information was given. These are the references I used for this presentation. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and don't forget to like.